Good evening, scholars, and welcome back to the Restricted Collection, a podcast about tabletop games. This evening, we are continuing our walk through the Night of Vesper fan-made investigator expansion. That was a little bit of a convoluted way to get there for Arkham Horror, the card game. These are designed by AH.097, otherwise found as Inhaled Innards. Exhaled innards. That's what it is. I'm sorry. Important that you know which direction your innards are going on Discord. And when I say we are once again joined by our liaison with Silver Twilight Lodge, Nick.
Hello.
Hello. Good. There's no more voices. There shouldn't have been. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. You ready to talk about Survivor cards?
Well, why not?
I'm gonna let you lead, dear Sebastian here.
Okay. So our survivor for the Night of Vespers campaign, as is probably, I believe. I know we talked about it at the end of the last one, but I don't know if that is gonna make it into the episode. Is Sebastian Benitez, the protege, socialite and chosen traded, 4 will, 1 book, 4 fight, and 3 foot. 9/5 for damage and horror soak. After a skill test you are taking fails, but before resolving its effects, place 1 doom on a non-permanent asset you control without doom to attempt that test again, and you get +2 value for that test. Limit once per failed test.
So you can take Doom, or you can add Doom to cards you control to redo tests.
Mm-hmm.
At +2 skill value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then, also, as a free trigger, you can spend 2 resources and select a non-weakness asset you control with Doom on it, and discard it.
Okay.
And then Elder Sign is a +2, and you may remove 1 Doom from an asset you control.
All right.
It's not you, it's me. And then his deck building is Survivor 03, bit of a throwback.
Oh my god, he can't take Survivor 4 and 5? What will he do without Dig
those 7
Deep
cards.
4?
Yeah.
And Gift of Nodens.
Cards with Doom, level 0 to 5. Occult cards level 0, neutral 05, and up to 5 other rogue and or mystic cards, level 0.
So he can take a lot of what we saw in Mystic.
Pretty much all of the mystic cards.
Yeah. But interesting that he can just get some random Mystic cards that he wants, and some random rogue cards that he wants.
Yeah.
Before looking at his signatures, man, that 5 sanity is scary.
A little bit. You are a survivor.
That's fair. And you have 4 will, so you're doing better than Silas.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I tend to treat health and sanity numbers for most people with red access as like suggestions.
I mean, in a lot of ways, you're not wrong.
I know, like I've played it. Like, you sometimes can just like live far longer than you should be able to in Survivor. So, yeah, but I would agree that that's a little tricky. The real question that I have, and just for you, I guess. So it says the limit once per failed test. Doesn't that just mean you can always use it as long as you have assets without Doom on it?
Um, so I think it's since it says attempt that test again. I do think it's still treated as like the same test.
I guess that's fair.
I think.
But like, you still had to like suffer all the fail effects. Like, it doesn't stop that.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Then.
you are you're trying to make up for tempo from losing. Excuse me, at the cost of Doom.
Yeah. And then, of course, you
All
get to
right.
play with all the Doom stuff that was just in all the Mystic cards that we talked about before.
Yeah. All right. So he gets Kane Aiden Esquire, the perfect wingman. He is a one cost signature ally. Takes up the ally slot. He's ally, socialite, and patron traded, and he commits for a single wild. Sebastian Benitez deck only. Reaction. After Doom is placed on a card you control with no Doom on it, exhaust Kane Aiden Esquire and choose one. You may either gain 2 resources or immediately disengage from one enemy at your location. Until the end of the round, that enemy cannot engage or attack you. Come now,
Okay.
Sebastian. What are friends for?
He also soaks for 2 and 2.
He soaks for 2 and 2. Once again, I know I mentioned this briefly yesterday. I will not rag on it a whole lot, but boy howdy, this card did not need to be as crunched with text as it is.
Yeah. So, just happens sometimes like that.
Yeah.
But it's a solid little
Yeah.
ally that kind of pays him off a little bit more.
Well, yeah, and the nice thing is you can use him to gain 2 resources, which you can then immediately use Sebastian's free trigger to select a non-weakness asset you control with Doom on it and get rid of it.
Yeah. Speaking of
So yeah, I
weaknesses.
like that.
Yeah. And speaking of weaknesses, his signature weakness is Great Prince Cameo. Insatiably inquisitive. A signature weakness ally. Only have one other of those?
Yeah, I think so.
Just Marie.
I think so. You read,
Asset,
I'll check.
yeah. Asset ally, Daemon, Geisha, and Patron traded. Revelation. Put Great Prince Cameo into play. Search your deck, discard pile, and play area for Kane Aiden Esquire and set him aside out of play. While Great Prince Cameo is in play, Sebastian Benitez cannot succeed at tests without triggering the ability on his Investigator card. And then you can take 1 direct damage and horror to discard Great Prince Cameo and shuffle Kane Aiden Esquire back into your deck.
So his signature ally is thematically also his signature weakness.
Yes, because he is the perfect wingman.
Yeah, yeah. Goetia traded. Yeah, I like the
For people
art's
to
very good.
understand that joke, the Great Prince Cameo is like a giant raven.
Yeah. So he has to trigger his reaction ability to succeed on a test because he basically is always he fails. He doesn't automatically fail, but he is unable to succeed even if
Yeah,
the numbers are correct unless he triggers his reaction ability on his investigator card.
yeah. So he will fail because he can't succeed.
And then action, take a direct damage and horror, which could be somebody else doing that, to
Yep.
discard him and shuffle the humanoid version of him back into your deck.
Yep.
So, uh, interesting. I like it. I've seen this idea of your signature good card and your signature bad card having some sort of parody like this before in some other fan made things. I think this might be the most successful at it, at least on the face of it.
Yeah, I like how the downside of it isn't the worst thing. So you might even like keep it around.
It's not the worst thing.
Like, if you had some Doom synergies that you wanted to be putting Doom out at the moment, you might
Hmm.
not be upset about having him around right now. He's just not going to provide you soak and do other things.
Yeah. I might be wary of playing the humanoid version of him until I've seen this. But he's only one
Yeah, I
cost.
said, but the ally's only one cost.
And soaks for 2 and 2. Yeah, okay. You
Like, the worst thing that happens is that you play it and then you just let it die because it gets pulled out of the discard pile too. So
yeah. Um real quick,
hmm
there are 3 signature weaknesses that are allies.
Oh,
One is Baron, as we've already said.
yeah.
Not only is the ally traded, but he takes up the ally slot. I would not have expected you to get Samuel Blake, the obsessive producer, because that is parallel Lola stuff.
Ah.
Okay. But he is ally traded and takes up the ally slot. And then the third answer is the wounded bystander that Vincent has is an ally, but he does not take up the ally slot.
Okay. Huh.
For fun trivia facts.
Yeah.
Fun
Neat.
trivia facts with Chad. Okay, I like what this guy is doing. It seems very volatile, but
Yeah, I still
it's
don't
Survivor.
know. Yeah, I still don't know like what I'm doing with it yet,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
maybe the rest of the survivor cards will help me with that.
Hmm. I mean, we already have a good sense of the synergies he can get out of Mystic.
Yes, the Doom synergies that are in this in the Mystic set already give a little bit of something. But this guy also has like stats. Like and
Hmm.
not bad stats.
No, his
So
his his one intellect really makes me want to put Malediction in my deck
I was just thinking that.
because I'm just like I need a way to get clues. That's like the immediate thing that's jumping out of me is I need clues.
And that malediction card just feels like a perfect like way to make the whole thing work out. But shall we move on to our the rest of the
Yeah, I
survivor
find the
pool?
next card very alluring.
Like skulls.
Allure is a 2 cost, 3 XP talent asset. Limit 1 per investigator. Does not commit for anything.
Hmm.
Reaction when you fail a skill test, gain a resource, limit once per round. Reaction when you pass a test, draw a card, limit once per round.
Neither of
You're
those
the
are
air, and they're dying to breathe. I'm sorry.
nope, it's okay. Uh not neither of those exhaust.
Nope, they're just limit once per round.
Hmm.
Did I say exhaust?
Nope, you didn't.
Okay.
I'm just pointing that out so you can get
The
both of the effects.
the art is a lounge singer. I don't know if it's artistic. I don't know if it's an artistic choice or not, but the saxophonist and the percussionist in the background have eyes that are kind of a light.
Yeah, and she's kind of got this little like red light aura around her from the lights. It's a very nice little piece of art.
It is. Um, for a fail deck strategy, like this is good in any failed tech
I mean,
deck.
it's pretty good in just our friend Sebastian here.
Yeah. I mean, actually, let's even more generalize it. This is a card that if you fail a skill test, which is going to happen, it pays you. And when you pass a skill test, which is hopefully going to happen, you get to draw a card. It's just basic drip economy
I mean,
for anyone.
you can pretty reliably get this uh to be just getting you an extra upkeep just with like try again.
Yeah.
And like Sebastian does this and then there's various other cards that exist for when you fail a test, you get to attempt that test again. So like
Yeah.
um
I, I do love that this does not have any icons.
yeah, I
It
think
does
it's
not help you with tests.
yeah, I think it's solid. I don't. For its solidness, though, I still don't know if you're gonna want more than one of them. Like, it just feels like, maybe not though. Like in the deck, because like if I
Yeah,
guess if you never see it, you're like, I guess I'm not upset. But if you see it early, you're like, ooh,
yeah. Also, I just realized that all these cards at the very bottom have Exhaled Innards 2023.
oh, so they
So
do.
there you go. There you go.
So they do. But yes, the I would also say that for any character that gets access to this sort of thing, just like the pass a test draw card effect, I think is also just good.
Yeah, it's just solid drip.
Yeah. Okay. Our next card is Ambition, another 2-cost talent asset. This one's level 0. Commits for a wild. Reaction: after you fail a test, exhaust Ambition. The next time you would attempt that test this round, you get +1.
Neat. That's not bad.
It's there. It's once again, it's more support for that type of deck, right? The fail first and then get to immediately attempt it again kind of deck.
Yeah, live and learn type of things.
Yeah.
Stella loves this type of thing.
Any of those is good, and then this talent you can have more than one copy of out. So
Yep.
yeah, it's fine.
There's a level 3 version.
Ooh.
Gets an additional wild icon. It's 3 cost now instead of 2 cost. Very rarely do you see a card go up in cost. After you fail a test, you can exhaust Ambition, and the next time you would attempt that test this round, you either get +2 skill value, or you may spend X resources to automatically succeed. X is the difficulty level of that test.
Ah.
I don't know how often I'm ever going to use that second ability. And I don't know if the first ability is worth 3 XP. You know what I mean?
I get that.
You have a better read on Survivor shenanigans than I do, to
I'm
be
trying to
fair.
think here. This being 3 XP is the real interesting part. It's probably just to keep it out of everyone else's hands.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. Because I know where this would go if it was just 2 XP. And I would
Preston?
maybe it would definitely be a thing to do because I could you live and learns would then just be automatic successes,
Oh, yeah.
and then make I would just do like ridiculous things with it. Um, because if there's one thing I know I can do with Preston, it's fail a test. Um, one of the easiest things in the world to do. Um, otherwise, I think it's fine.
It's fine. I like the level 0 version more.
Uh, this gives for the option. This gives it's probably on point.
Sure.
I don't know if it needed the play cost increase.
Yeah.
But frankly, it's not that big of a. It's not the thing I'm sweating.
Yeah.
I'm personally trying to think of because this doesn't immediately let you attempt that test again. So
No. So you have to have. It's
session.
either action intensive or you have to have a trick.
Yeah. So it is a way like if there's other fail tech in this, if this is kind of what we're gonna be like moving towards for this set, then I think there's maybe some things. This might be a nice and probably fairly costed, so I guess we'll just have to keep reading.
All right.
our next one here is Mischievous Psychopomp, a 2-cost ally asset that is creature and dreamlands traded. And it commits for a will and a wild, soaks for 1 and 1. Reaction: after an investigator at your location fails a skill test, search the chaos bag for a non auto fail token of your choice and seal it on Mischievous Psychopomp. And then at the end of the round, return the token to the chaos bag.
Neat.
Yeah, that's neat.
For level 0 ally, that seems fine.
Yeah,
Interesting
good.
that
Pretty good for
parallel.
Charlie Kane, actually.
Yeah, it's not bad for Charlie Kane because it's. Oh yeah, the wild. Oh yeah, the double icon on a level 0 ally. Charlie Kane loves that. And it doesn't exhaust for its ability,
Yeah,
which Charlie Kane also loves.
right. That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, that's just neat. It's it's a clever little, it's a sneaky little thing. I think that's fun little value, especially in various fail tech decks, because it stays to the end of the round. So if you go first, you can take out a particularly nasty token for everyone else.
Yep.
It's just pretty squishy.
Yeah, pretty squishy. But what if I told you, Nick, that for just 2 easy payments of 1 XP,
Uh-huh.
you could get a better cat from the Dreamlands?
Okay.
Mischievous Psychopomp level 2. Still 2 cost. Gained a wild icon. It is now a 2 wild 1 will icon. Charlie Kane wants to inject that directly into his veins. That's an image. Now soaks for 1 damage and 3 horror, and while there is a token sealed on it, you get +1 will. Reaction: after investigating your location fails a skill test, search the chaos bag for a non-auto fail token of your choice and seal it on Mischievous Psychopomp. Maximum 3 tokens sealed. Force at the end of the round, return each token sealed on Mischievous Psychopomp to the chaos bag.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. It's not. I mean, it's giving you a will boost, but it's hard to turn will boost into forward progress unless you're splashing Mystic.
Yeah, it's an interesting little creature. That's the main thing I'm still gonna say with it.
I don't think I think honestly for balance purposes, I don't know why it has 2 wild at level 2 and 1 wild at level 1. Like you could have dropped a wild from both of these and I would feel more or less the same. The wild's nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I never, man. I rarely ever think about those things on any kind of asset or event.
yeah, this just seems really good in Charlie Kane.
I mean, yes, it is quite good in Charlie Kane. Um,
Like 3 icons, 2 of which are wild, that's so good. But that's a niche application.
yeah, I just think that, quite frankly, it's just a good, it's just a neat little cat.
It is a neat little cat.
I still trying to see where how the it's all good for Sebastian because he has Failtech in his kit. There's only a couple of investigators that have it, like directly as a part of them.
I mean, I would put this in my. I would put this in parallel Mateo
Sure.
because I'm already doing a bunch of token manipulation things. So if what I can do is increase the odds that I get the tokens that I want
Yeah, that makes sense.
in like a 3 or 4 player game, just follow somebody around. Hey, they fail a skill test or two, make the bag slightly more favorable to me. Let's go.
No, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, like I said, it is
It's
just
it's
a It's good, but also still niche.
Yeah, it's an oddity.
Yeah. Okay. Now a card that we know.
Yes, a card we've seen played
Yeah.
to great effect.
So our next asset here is Nora Barber, a 2-cost ally asset who is ally and medic traded. Who soaks for 1 and 3, 1 damage, 3 horror. Reaction: you can deal 1 horror to Nora Barber to heal 1 damage or horror from an investigator at your location, which is already pretty nice.
Yes.
Reaction: after you defeat an enemy, discard Nora Barber, heal 2 damage or horror from an investigator at your location.
So if all you care about is healing, Nora is a very solid ally and arguably does maybe a little too much healing, but that's all she's doing is healing.
Yeah. So for now, for something that is relatively cheap but takes up the ally slot, which is a fair contest in Survivor.
Yes.
Um, she will provide you plenty of healing.
Yeah. I The thing is, when you look at the Survivor allies, even at level 0, there's so much healing
I know.
that having a version of that, which, yeah, she does a lot of healing for both damage and horror, but the strength of Nora is that it can be used for the team.
Yes.
And so I'm kind of okay with having a more transient ally who's good at healing for the team. But she is very good at healing.
Yes. But quite frankly, the best part is there's a level 2 version.
Yeah.
Uh, in which she gains a wild icon to commit. I I never saw that happen, but she apparently has it. Um, that she didn't have any icons before.
Interesting to know that the level 0 version cannot be committed.
Yeah. Oh
That
yeah,
is a downside.
she's a nurse. The Angel of St. Mary. She can't be committed.
Ha.
She gains a damage soak. And then she still can fast, deal 1 horror to Nora, heal 1 damage or horror from an investigator at your location, and then you get to shuffle a card from your discard pile back into your deck.
Yep.
And then her reaction ability changes to after you defeat an enemy, shuffle Nora back into your deck to heal 2 damage or horror from an investigator at your location.
Yeah. So this is too good, and arguably, I in rereading this, I remembered our discussion about it. This is too good because not only does it shuffle herself back into her deck, but she can shuffle. She adds recursion to her toolkit, which is just really good. And it's recursion you can use for anyone on the team. It's really good.
It's you only ever shuffle your cards. The healing can just be for other people.
Heal 1 damage from an investigator, and then shuffle a card from. Oh, your discard. Never mind. You're right. You're only recursion from yourself. You are correct.
Yeah.
I think the way that we all kind of agreed that it should be, if I remember correctly, is her first ability to fast deal a horror to her and heal a damage or horror should be an exhaust.
It
Even at
probably should just be an exhaust.
even at level 0, it should be an exhaust because I remember instances of Pat just throwing down Nora, dealing 2 horror to her to heal people on the team, shuffling 2 cards into his deck, murdering something, and shuffling Nora into his deck.
Yeah,
Just like
to then heal himself.
to then heal himself. It's just like
Because he was playing Parallel Agnes and was a Blood Witch, and so just did all this damage to himself, plopped down on Nora, then
like
suddenly was fully healed again, and then
yeah.
would eventually find a Nora again.
It's It's not that I think that the amount of healing that she provides is too much. It's just it's too fast. If
It is. It's too fast
so,
for an action and two resources. She can effectively heal four.
yeah,
More if you're doing other ways of healing allies and keeping
yep.
her around. Um,
So
and she can even take a damage soak. Uh,
yeah, I might take a Sharpie to my cards and write exhaust over the first ability, just
I can
because
understand.
I
I,
don't think the
I
card
would
is like
want to see her in a non-parallel Agnes situation.
I still think even in a non-parallel Agnes situation, the amount of healing she can dish out is just a little too fast.
I don't disagree with that.
But she's
Eventually,
good.
just shuffling cards. It's not to hand, right? Like
Yeah.
if these things were coming back to your hand, I would have much bigger problems. But it's shuffling back into the deck, so you still need to find him again.
Yeah, but Pat never was even like close to running out of deck.
True, but he his card draw economy was even
Wasn't
he would
great.
say was just okay. So like
Yeah. But I want to be clear, like I'm not being like, oh, she's broken or whatever. I'm like, I think she's above curve, and I think the easiest way to put her more on curve is just to be like, just slow her down a little bit.
he is definitely maybe a little above curve. Um, and she's just recursion in the ally slot.
Yep.
But
Thankfully, the recursion is limited without other shenanigans.
yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. And she's not fast or anything like that. So you still have to do all these things. I have the way I would like to put it is it's definitely a two watch card, and if other people uh play with it and see that, I would just like to have this be known that's yeah, you may want to consider having that ability exhaust.
Yeah. I mean,
I can see why that was maybe considered and then they didn't do it. Because at definitely level 0 it's probably not needed, but the level 2 and then they just kept it for level 2.
yeah. I mean, again, this card isn't helping you win the game necessarily. It's
No,
just,
it's more just an enabler if you can get your deck to the degenerate state where you don't have a lot of deck and you
yeah.
are just easily finding your cards.
Yep.
And then everything you're shuffling back, including Nora, is just kind of constantly coming back. That's when this card gets to the worrisome degenerate state.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about something more sophisticated.
Just an umbrella.
It's a paracel.
Yeah,
Sorry, parasol,
yeah, that's just
depending
an
how you want to pronounce it.
umbrella.
The sophisticated parasol is a 2 cost level 0 hand asset. It's an item tool. It is tool traded.
Yeah, it is.
I guess it is an item that serves a function, and it is melee traded. It commits for an agility. Action, fight. You may use your agility instead of your strength for this attack. As an additional cost to use this ability, you may discard any number of cards from your hand. You get +1 skill value to this attack for each card discarded in this way. Um, if you discarded one or more cards, this attack deals +1 damage. Forced, after taking the above action, if you have 2 or less cards in your hand, discard Sophisticated Paracel. Okay.
Hmm.
So it's discard tech, but it punishes you if you have too few cards in hand.
Yeah.
I don't mind this. Like, it's 2 cost. You have to discard a card to get the bonus skill value and the bonus damage. It's repeatable, but you have to discard cards to keep doing it. This is really good in George.
I think in any I think in any uh survivor or investigator that can really play a discard deck, this is pretty good.
Yeah, it's a way to get difficult to discard cards discarded.
True. Uh, the honestly, want to know who also is probably pretty good in? It's probably pretty
Who?
good at Silas,
That's not bad.
just because that man can just draw cards. But then again, most survivors can just kind of draw cards nowadays.
Yeah. But
Um,
wait, there's
oh,
more.
it gets even more sophisticated.
It gets 3 XP sophisticated.
Yeah.
So it's still 2 cost. It gained a strength and a wild icon in addition to its agility icon. Action, fight. You may use your agility instead of strength for this attack. As an additional cost to use this ability, you may discard any number of cards from your hand. You get +2 skill value to this attack for each card discarded in this way. If you discarded at least 1 card, this attack deals +1 damage. If this attack defeats an enemy, you may return a card from your discard pile to your hand.
Hmm.
Forced, after taking the above action, if you have no cards in hand, discard Sophisticated Paracel. So for 3 XP, you're getting 2 additional icons, a doubling of the skill value for each card discarded. If it defeats an enemy, return a card from your discard pile to your hand instead of shuffle it in. And as long as you have at least 1 card in hand, it's not discarding itself. That's pretty good.
Yeah, for a survivor melee weapon, it turns, your niche weapon that is mostly there to just discard cards from your hand,
Yeah.
into an actually more consistent like weapon. It's
Yeah.
like as long as you have 1 card, you can and like you're killing enemies, you can keep using this.
It's not. Okay, so I've got a comment in the positive category and a comment in the negative category.
Okay.
The positive comment is it is nice, consistent damage in Survivor.
Yep.
As long as you got the cards to fuel this, it's nice, consistent damage. And I like that. I like that it's a cheap way to do some consistent damage as long as you've got cards to discard. There's a cost in that you have to keep in check, but that's fine. It's not a big flashy amount of damage. I appreciate that. So it's not overshadowing other cards. It still kind of has its niche that it lives in, but it's generally applicable enough that most people could get some use out of this if this is what they were looking for. That's the positive comment. The negative comment. This returns anything.
Sure.
That's maybe it shouldn't return anything. Like,
Probably fair.
yeah, if it was like a card level 2 and below to your hand, sure. Maybe make this kind of like the Shrine of Morai.
But that really won't mean anything.
I know, but like it's something.
I mean, not really though.
I'm concerned
What
about
level
how
what level
abusable
5
that is.
what level 5 what like high level cards are you worried about being recurred?
I suppose for you to have this, you have to be main class survivor.
That's what I'm getting at. Like
Okay.
like you have level 4 and 5 cards that you can recur. So
Okay,
like
I'll temper that.
so you're not like recurring high value like extremely high value targets.
Sure. Okay.
Um
I retract that concern a bit.
yeah. And like if you're recurring cards that you're then going to use, then you don't have those cards to keep using the parasol.
Yeah.
So like I mean, that's also like justifying its 3 XP value if you can like do a thing to turn a card in your hand into something more useful. Um from your discard pile
Sure.
by killing an enemy.
Yeah. That's fair. Uh Also, while we're talking about getting stuff out of your discard pile by killing things, this is good for Yorick.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest. It's just like
He doesn't need it.
that's just like saying, I made a ham sandwich for lunch.
Yeah.
That's what I typically do on Wednesdays. Like, I don't know. I like, I don't know. Like, man, it's a survivor asset. I'm sure it's good in Yorick.
Yeah. Fair enough. But Nick, the next card isn't a survivor asset.
Oh, we got to the events.
What an eventful
Yeah.
happening.
Huh. Happening. Um, our
Mark
first
Wahlberg.
our first event is Blessing of Geta Nebo, a one cost event, spell and blessed traded. Commits for a double will. Fast. Play when an ally asset at your location would be defeated. Shuffle that card back into its owner's deck, or add X bless tokens to the chaos bag, where X is the amount of damage and/or horror on that ally before it was defeated.
I have a janky thought. But
I love it.
first,
I do love Jank.
but first, um, that's not bad.
No, it's fine.
No. Um, what is that card? It's a multi-class card. It came out in Edge of the Earth. It's multi-class Seeker and Mystic.
Man, what a
I can
wonderful.
picture it. What is the name of this card? Protecting the Anernic. It is a level 1. Nope. It is a 1 cost level 2 Seeker and Mystic event. Fast play after an ally asset at your location is discarded by a card effect or is defeated. Either return that asset to its owner's hand or its owner draws 3 cards. So this is either shuffle it back into its deck, which is objectively worse than returning back to hand,
Mm-hmm.
or adding bless based off of the amount of damage and horror on it. It's in a similar vein, but I like this as like a comparison point.
Yeah, what's the one card that I always feel like should be much better, but quite isn't quite there? What's the chance encounter? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Yes, a chance encounter.
Also important to note that protecting the Anernic is when a card is discarded by a card effect
Yeah, or defeat.
or defeated, whereas this is only if defeated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you can like very interesting. Chance encounter is one of those things as well where you can like grab an ally, put it into play, do something to kill it,
Yeah,
and then either add blesses or shuffle it back in to someone's deck as like a way of recurring it.
yeah. Are you ready for the janky thought?
Yeah, always. I live in the jank.
So, our dear Sebastian can take any card that has Doom on it, or that has
Uh-huh.
quote Doom end quote.
Yeah.
Which means he can
I have
take the
this nice little
card.
man. I have this nice little David Renfield over here.
I'm not even talking about David Renfield.
Oh, toss him in the
I,
trash.
I'm talking. Yeah, David Renfield's great. Don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about. I stole an enemy from the encounter deck
Oh,
and put it into play using
with that one
Wake
mystic
the
card.
Dead.
Oh, and
Okay,
then you kill it for blessed
and then
token.
I kill it for soak, which is fine. And I get bless tokens out of it because I cannot choose the option to shuffle it back into my deck because it's not owned by any player.
Huh.
I'm I really am trying to find a way to make that like, but the thing is it has to die from defeated. If it loses the doom, it
Just be discarded.
yeah, also sorry, while we're thinking about Wake the Dead, Sebastian's ability is fast. Spend 2 resources and select a non-weakness asset you control with Doom on it. Discard it. Wake the Dead treats it like an ally asset, so you could ditch it with his ability without triggering the attack. I
Yeah, because
think.
it would just discard it.
Well, the enemy would be defeated or Doom would be removed from it. Nope, you're discarding it. So that is a way to get around it, that you could pull an enemy, get some soak off of it, and ditch it without having to be attacked by it. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place with now having looked at Wake the Dead in
Yeah.
relation to this card.
Yeah. I think you can just do that, but a little bit easier with like chance encounter,
Probably.
where you're just actually pulling out allies and just like meat grinding. Um,
Sure.
if nothing else, this is also just a good card for Charlie Kane. Just to like, oh no, my ally, and then just shuffle back into the deck.
Yeah, bless support for Charlie Kane.
Yeah, or just like, or just a way to just like shuffle that card back into the deck. Like if he has to like, if he has to take a bunch of hits or something like that for various things, he can just like
Yeah.
shuffle a particular card back in the deck.
All right. I like the level 0 version. I think it has. I think it does something interesting. I think it doesn't. I don't believe that it, you know, makes protecting the Internic bad in
No,
comparison.
no, they're different values. They do different things.
Okay. Let's take a look at the level 3 version. So it gained a wild in addition to its 2 will. It's still 1 cost, level 3. It's still blessed. So everyone who has blessed tech that cares about that sort of thing can take it. Fast, play when an ally at your location would be defeated still. Only defeated still. Shuffle that card back into its owner's deck and add X blessed tokens to the chaos bag, where X is the amount of damage and horror on that ally before it was defeated.
Okay.
So that doesn't combo with Wake the Dead. But
Well, I mean,
oh
all right.
yeah.
In this game, you if you can't do a thing, you can't do the thing.
Again, apparently I've been applying it too firmly. You just wouldn't be able to shuffle back into its owner's deck, but you'd still get the blessed tokens, I imagine.
Yeah, it
But
still would work.
yeah, you just wouldn't. The effect of getting both of them for 3 XP is being wasted.
I mean, a little bit.
But I like it.
It's neat.
I don't know if it's 3 XP.
I was about to say I think it could have just been 2.
Yeah.
And if you feel like the wild icon was like the worth the third experience, you could have just taken that off.
Or convert one of the wills to a wild.
Yeah, if you really felt like it, but I don't think it needs that.
Yeah.
I think this could have easily been 2 and not like ruffled many feathers.
Yeah. At 2 XP, it
Oh, maybe not.
why?
Trying to think of how scary it is to let anyone with level 2 survivor access just meat grind your allies for blessed tokens.
Perhaps. At 2 XP though, the while you're thinking about that, for 2 XP, it's harder to play than protecting the inner Nick, but it gives you both effects. Whereas protecting the inner Nick is easier to play, but only gives you one of 2 effects, which are both good effects. So like, it's on the line of like 2 to 3.
Yeah, Anurnik is a better effect. Like
Yeah.
getting it back to hand is better.
Mm-hmm.
So it really depends on how much you want blesses in the bag.
Yeah.
And how many you can really get in there.
Yeah.
An
I don't know.
interesting thought, though. We'll have to consider.
Well, it'll be a terrifying realization when we do.
My God. Our next card, uh, if you couldn't tell by the head librarian's wonderful segue, is Terrifying Invasion.
Such shade.
Uh, a one-cost insight event, commits for will and is fast. Until the end of the round, each time you take any amount of horror, you may discover one clue at your location.
That's too good for level 0.
Okay, talk it out.
Like, for the amount of healing and soak that the faction has, to be able just to be like, what do they have that deals horror to itself? Nothing immediately comes to mind for stuff that deals. Raven. I guess the mysterious Raven does horror to itself, or does
Yep.
horror to you.
The cleaver is the one thing.
Cleaver. Yeah, I don't mind this. I wish it was just like limited to like 2 for level 0, because it is one cost fast, and I mean, I guess
It should cost 3.
it should cost what?
It should cost 3
Why?
for the effect. Like
Okay.
three resources to play it.
Why?
So think of any comparable example that gets these testless clues, sometimes at a condition, sometimes not. The easiest one, like if this card only ever got you one clue, it's still a better working a hunch.
It's a working a hunch that you had to take a horror for.
Okay. That's not real horror because you're just putting it on your ally that then heals it.
Probably, yes.
So that's what I'm saying. If this is only ever getting you one clue, it's a better working a hunch. This can get you more than one. Therefore, it should at least cost more than working a hunch.
I see your train of thought. I think it should just be. I agree that it should either cost more or just be at level 0, limit 1.
So, or we take a look at other effects that do this in Survivor, like Trial by Fire. That sets a stat of yours to 5 for the round.
That's also more expensive.
That costs 4.
Yep.
And if this cost 4, I actually think that's fine.
Yeah, because like it's situational. It's a lot more situational than working a hunch, but it's just too easy to get 2 clues out of this.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like this is too strong. I don't. The thing is that the synergy package will take a little bit. It'll depend on which survivor it is. But I can already tell you which survivor it's really good in. It's Izzy. Isabel Barnes.
Oh yeah. This is stupid in Izzy. This is stupid. Oh my goodness. Put this in regular Agnes.
Yep.
She loads up on shenanigans that trigger horror.
Right.
Yeah, this is too good at level 0. Just blanket statement.
It's too good as it's written. If like I said, if it cost 4 at level 0, I think that is fine.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Cost 3 or 4, or just limit 1 to just be like, oh, I took a horror, spend 1 fast to get a clue.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Or if it was like a working the hunch, but like only triggered in reaction to getting horror.
Yeah,
that's fine. Like it's
Yeah,
working to the end
absolutely.
of the round, and like survivors have other effects like this that like should have been templated towards. Like I know like trial by fire isn't like one of the craziest cards on the planet, but for the effect that it does, it pretty much covers a whole weakness of yours for a
Yeah.
turn and sets you to 5 for it. Like it's one of those cards where it's like, oh man, this actually is a useful card to use every now and then. Like I put in a lot of like level 0 decks and then it eventually leaves because it's just a good failsafe every now and then for like, man, I really just need to like grind down and try and hit an investigate, and my book is like 2. Like
Yep.
that's worth 4 resources. This effect would be worth 4 resources. People would still be trying to use it and set up combo turns with it.
Do you want to see if level 2 is as terrifying as the level 0?
I'm sure it's gonna like scale.
So for 2 XP, it's still 1 cost. It gained an intellect icon. It's still insight traded. It's still fast. Until the end of the round, whenever you take any amount of horror, discover X clues at your location, where X is the amount of horror you have taken this turn. Excuse me? Whenever you take any amount of horror, discover X clues at your location. X is the amount of horror you. Okay, no. No.
Okay, that double
No.
scales. This could have been a level 5 card.
This could be a level 5 card and it would still be stupid. Because at least the way I'm reading this,
Yeah, it's a feedback loop.
exactly. I take 1 horror and discover a clue. And then I take another horror, a single instance of horror, and now I get 2 more clues. Now I've gotten 3 clues. What is this?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That should not be like that.
I am just going to straight up ban these cards. Unless or I'm taking a Sharpie to them. These are too good. These are just too good.
Yeah, the level 2 is kind of right out.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like I feel like the intent might have been whenever you take any amount of horror, you discover X clues with X is the amount of horror you took.
Yeah.
I
But
feel like
even that's still pretty good.
it's not bad. I just feel like you're spending 2 XP on like a more marginal effect. Like it depends on how like if you have ways of like taking more than 1 horror in an instance.
Yep.
Um so like that's at least that 2 XP is like then it's like, oh, okay, well now we like get a scaling effect. I didn't think it was going to be like oh, a like like
Multiplier.
an actual multiplicative effect like that. That's actually ridiculous. Um
Um I I'm glad a card like this exists for Sebastian. I want to be clear that like I'm glad that this type of effect exists in this set for a guy with 1 intellect. It is just too good.
yeah, it's unfortunate these both of these either should have their levels increased by 2. I'm just gonna say this is something that FFG would have looked at and be like, "Oops," and chained them up 3 experience each.
Yeah.
Um,
Like these are this is it the level looking back now at the level 0 version like
I
it's
just think
just
I just think that the level 0 version is too cheap. Like the effect I think is reasonable if you made it more expensive and like made people had to plan around it, but at 1, that's just like, "Oh, hey, I'm ready to do it," and then I just do it.
and you just mop up a bunch of clues. Yeah. At level 2 it's just like it and you can splash the Agnes can splash this.
Anyone can splash it, man. Like
I know, but like Agnes, ping myself for a horror, ping myself for another horror, take a horror because of my shriveling. That's 6 clues and a single action.
right.
That's so stupid. Like, stupid here being used as ridiculous.
Yeah. Or if the wording on the text was each time a horror is placed on your investigator,
Yep.
then I think maybe the way things are written are at least reasonable. Not better. The level two is still right out. The level two is
Level 2 is right out.
I have I have written that I have erased that card from existence. I'm mostly working with the level zero. Like
Yeah,
I think either one of the things that I suggested, you make it cost a lot, like 4 or even 5, um, or you even or you change it to like whenever it's placed on your investigator, so you have to take it. Like you can't put it on your
sure.
soak or do whatever, and it has to be placed on you. If you heal it later, that's fine, but you have to like find the way to like use your sanity to churn through it.
Nick,
Yeah,
look at Nora again.
please.
Fast. Deal a horror to Nora.
Yeah, that's fine. You're not taking that.
No, but it the way that the rules work is like it's part of your like tableau.
No, no, no. If someone says that that would not work. Like
Okay.
it is not dealing damage to you. It's dealing
Okay.
it to you, which means it hits your board, and then you can redirect it unless it's direct, right?
Okay. That
Uh,
that that makes sense. I'm just like I just had to panic looking at Nora
yeah.
like, "Oh my
No, no,
god, you
no,
can just
no,
fast
no,
deal
no,
2 horror."
no, 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 no. That would be too ridiculous. Like, like this, like I said, cool idea. Maybe needed one more pass.
I'm going to vote we move on.
Yes.
Uh, next up is Torch Song. It is a 2-cost level 0 song event, also faded traded. Interesting to have a faded thing not in Rogue.
I
Commits
agree.
for an commits for an agility. Play only during your turn. Immediately end your turn. During the next upkeep phase, non-elite enemies cannot resolve their hunter or patrol keywords. I like it.
I know it's a neat card, right?
It's situational, but I like it.
I know. I remember looking at this when I was looking through the Vespers cards when we were playing, and I'm like, oh, that's just a neat card.
Yeah.
There is also a level 1 version. Nothing else changes but the text. Still play only during your turn. Immediately end your turn. Period. During the next enemy phase, non-elite enemies cannot resolve their hunter patrol keywords. If an elite enemy would engage or attack you during this phase, you may immediately cancel that effect and move to a connecting location without enemies.
Neat. So 2 cost and an action. End your turn. Non-elite enemies don't get to move, and if an elite enemy comes your way, you can just nope out.
Yeah.
Situational, but very good.
Yeah, it's just an enemy lockdown, right? That you effectively are going to be playing as your last action.
Yep.
Like it's gonna be the last thing you do. Like if you can somehow make it fast, like you can like do some more things with. That's just cool.
Yeah. I agree. Moving on to the skills, we have Captured Imagination. It
I
is
love
a
this
level
art.
2. What was that?
I love this particular piece of art.
It's yeah, it's very nice. Um, it's that whole you have a big hoop and you have a stick and you're trying to run around and roll the hoop with the stick. But the little girl shown has a particularly complicated hoop.
It's a maze.
Yes. Um, Captured Imagination level 2. It is innate and talent traded. Commits for 2 will. If this test is successful, you may immediately play the topmost event card in your discard pile, paying its cost. If this test fails, you may shuffle the topmost event in your discard pile back into your deck.
This is awesome. I like this card.
It's interesting that it's will and only will, which means it's situational when you can use it.
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
I like it.
It's also going to heavily depend on what's on your what the topmost event in your discard pile is, but it's
Yeah,
a solid little
I
effect.
say if there's one thing I slightly dislike is that if you're running this card, you have to make sure not to disturb your discard pile. So
Yeah,
if
but
you're the type of person that likes to arrange your discard pile because you like to know where the things you're going to be recurring are, you can't do that.
yeah, if I'm running a deck like that, I'll usually like rotate the like tab, like rotate the cards I want off to the side.
Yeah, I've done that too before. But you can't do that with this. So if you're running this, you got to make sure that you keep your discard pile true.
Yeah,
But otherwise, I just think it's a cool card. Like
it's neat.
it also when you after you play the topmost event card in your discard pile, it doesn't get shuffled back into your deck. It just sits there in the discard pile again.
Yeah, I guess it would move to the top of your discard pile if it wasn't already the top of your discard pile.
Yeah. So that's just it's just an effect you don't see in Survivor, where normally when you get the chance to play something out of your discard pile, it either comes to the board or it should get shuffled back into your deck.
Yep.
But I just think this is a neat card. I think this is a neat flavor of recursion.
Yep.
And then our last Survivor card is Patched Up. Practice skill. Commits for a fist. If this test is successful, heal 1 damage from your investigator or an ally asset under your control.
Neat.
Yeah, I don't think it does enough, but
It's for level 0, it's level 0 ally heal in Survivor. That's
I
not
guess,
super common.
I guess that's fair. It's
Uh Go
it's
ahead.
practiced.
It is practice traded. Do I think this card is amazing? No. But if what you want is damage heal without having to use bandages, this will do it.
That's true.
So, like, I agree that it's a little lackluster, but it has a niche.
Yeah, no, it's there. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. We're going to completely ignore terrifying realization
Well,
because
that's good. We should bury that with the rest of our PTSD.
interestingly enough, reading that card was terrifying.
It was
um so looking at everything else, how do we feel about the seeker pool?
the survivor pool.
The survivor pool.
Because the secret pool was fine. We talked about
Seeker
that.
pool was fine.
We talked about that before. Um,
Yes.
I think
I was
it's
just making sure you were listening. Yeah, that's what I was doing.
I think it's relatively okay. This particular pool seems more tuned to Sebastian with all of the various fail techs in it.
Yep.
Um,
Survivor tends to have interesting pieces, but not necessarily cohesive ideas.
yeah, and so I think that's just more of the same here.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting pieces here. There's a lot of good pieces for a variety of different decks. But there isn't exactly like a cohesive. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, that there isn't necessarily like a cohesive strategy. You know, distilling these cards isn't showing me like, oh, this is how I should be combining these. But I think that's kind of a good thing in Survivor.
Yeah,
I feel like Sebastian's going to be really relying Like, not that there aren't good things for him in the Survivor cards, there are. But I really think the spiciness of Sebastian is going to be coming from the Mystic Pool.
Oh, it's going to be coming from whatever other Doom cards, which are almost always
Yeah,
Mystic.
but Psychopomp was interesting. Nora Baker's real good. Parasol's fun. There's good stuff here.
Yeah. I really like Captured Imagination. That's my favorite card of
Nice.
this.
Yeah. We didn't talk about it very much, but sometimes good cards are just like that.
Yeah, half of it's just the art. I just like the art.
Yeah.
Like, that's a piece of art I like hanging on a wall.
Sure. All right, Nick. We have Guardian, Rogue. Do you want Guardian to be odds or Rogue to be odds?
Oh, the rogues are odd ones out.
So Rogues are odd?
Yes.
That's a 5.
Okay. To the green cards.
To the green cards. Away!
Doodle-doodle-doo. Okay. So our rogue for the Vespers set is Elsie Malone, the Informant. It's criminal traded. Just that's it. Uh, and she's got the Safina stats, so 4 will, 2 book, 2 combat, and 4 foot. Soaks for 8 and 6. And then your assets with uses secrets. Action, after you spend a secret on one of your assets, add the set aside quid pro quo skill card to your hand, limit once per round. And then Elder Sign, +0, you may spend 2 secrets to automatically succeed.
Okay.
And then her deck building, because this is important, are rogue cards 0 to 3, neutral 05, and then cards with uses secrets 05, and then up to 5 other level 0 secret cards.
Okay. So it's interesting that the. Sorry, I was putting up a list of cards with secrets on them.
Mhm.
It's interesting that the Rogue has Seeker access and the Seeker has Rogue access.
Yeah, I love it. It's
Like,
reciprocal.
yeah. Like, granted, there's more going on than just that, but there are a lot of cards that have secrets, and she can
Mhm.
take secrets. She takes secrets. She only has Rogue 0 to 3, secrets 0 to 5. Okay.
Yeah. And it has to be cards with uses secrets, not just say secrets.
Yes. Correct. Um, so she gets a lot of the books. She can take the Necronomicon, assuming that you're not forbidding it. She gets, weirdly enough, a lot of the, um, not a lot of, but at least a good number of like the untranslated to translated effects.
Yeah.
So there's some stuff here for her. Um, some movement tech, some good amount of books, esoteric atlas. Okay.
And she gets Scroll of Secrets. That's just nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always a fan of people who can take Scroll of Secrets. Um, her let's ignore the Seeker stuff for now. She can take. So hold up. Cards with uses secrets. So technically, she can take Call the Beyond. So, as an additional cost to play Call the Beyond, add 3 curse tokens to the Chaos bag. Choose an asset you control with uses, charges, or uses secrets. Replenish all of those assets, charges, or secrets. Then you may resolve an action or free trigger ability on that asset without paying its action cost, if any.
Huh,
Not
neat.
that she can technically take that. Um,
That's cool.
Diana Esperance deals with devils, is a use of secrets, but I don't think she has many. I guess she would have some access to some spell
Yeah,
events.
yeah, there are
So
spell events.
she could use that. I'm trying to see what other like atypical things she could have. Forbidden knowledge. All right. Mind's eye. Okay.
I mean, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm just like it's kind of weird. Scroll of Prophecies, yeah, that's pretty. Scroll of Secrets, sure. Sun Tzu's Book of War, Scrying Mirror. She has some interesting things.
Yeah, there's a bunch of useful things here.
Yeah. Okay. A dame that knows the ropes isn't likely to get tied up. Okay. She gets how many copies of Quid Pro Quo?
Just one,
Just one.
and
Okay.
it's always set aside out of play.
Oh. So her deck only. It commits for a single wild. It is Gambit, Favor, and Service traded. Forced when quid pro quo would be discarded from anywhere, set it aside out of play instead. Commit only to a skill test that you are performing and choose one. Either A, quid pro quo gains 2 wild for this test. B, if this test is successful, gain 3 resources. Or C, if this test is successful, draw a card. If you want me to sing Copper, then we play by my rules. I mean, it's
I
a
think,
good skill card.
yeah,
Right. After you spend a secret from one of your assets, you get it added to your hand. There we go.
yeah.
Sorry.
I just think it's a solid.
I'd lost that.
Yeah, it's a solid. It's just a solid skill card, and you're going to be getting it pretty frequently.
Yep.
And its worst case scenario is that it's literally just giving you +3 for whatever test you want.
Yeah. And as long as you're spending secrets, which is really easy to do, it's kind of like Dream Diary almost, where
Yeah.
it's a persistent skill card that you're getting every turn that lets you do some things.
Yep. And
So
then
yeah.
her weakness is the jig is up.
Ah.
So the whole thing with her in this is that she's like working with the police to like funnel information on the O'Banions.
Which is fun.
That's why she's the informant. Um, but the jig is up. It is blunder traded. Revelation for each of your assets with secrets on them. Choose one, take 1 damage, or remove that asset from the game. If you do not have any assets with secrets on them, shuffle the jig is up back into your deck.
That's
Awesome.
fair.
Sorry. Funny. Yeah, I mean it's like other weaknesses we've seen like with this type of thing.
Yeah. Seems fair. She seems pretty approachable.
For the most part.
Yeah.
It's gonna really depend on how you want to do the secrets thing.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of books want you to be testing with your with your book with their like
Yeah.
secrets. So like she's got a book of 2, so you got to figure that part out.
Yeah, just I would ignore like a lot of the book test ones and I guess I'd focus on tomes with secrets that help you draw cards or find cards.
Yeah, that's more or less how I see it too. You're gonna want to like use the secrets in interesting ways.
Yeah. Cuz she can find stuff.
Oh
Like
yeah,
between Old Book of Lore, Mr. Rook, she can find things.
and friends in low places.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the secret stuff, but yeah. Oh, she can take Orphic Theory.
I mean, she can
Spend a secret.
also take Ariadne's twine.
Also true. Yeah, she's got an interesting set of. She can take Panoptic Manuscripts.
And
Sorry.
Guided by the Unseen, which is also just a pretty decent card.
Yep, Schaffner's is good. There's a lot of good stuff here. It's kind of like a Daisy deck is a lot of what I'm looking at here, but like there's
Forget that
more
she
than
gets
just that.
Schaffner's.
What?
Schaffner's has secrets, doesn't it?
It does, because it's a tome, and the typical thing for books is or for tomes is secrets.
Yeah, I entirely didn't think about that.
I
That's neat.
like her. She's neat.
Okay, Chad. Let's go on to our assets.
I'll fight you for it.
Nah, declined.
Okay, so I guess I'll take over. Duelist is a 2-cost level 1 talent. It's an asset. Commits for a strength and an agility. Limit 1 per investigator. While there is only one enemy engaged with you, you may use agility in place of strength when taking fight actions on melee assets, and may treat all modifiers to your strength on that asset as if they modify your agility instead. Well, that's nice.
It's a neat talent. I don't know why it's level 1.
It's not too easy for rogues to fight.
I mean, you still have to find this talent and then only be engaged with one enemy, and
Yeah,
then it works with your melee assets.
yeah.
Like,
I'm I'm not disagreeing with you,
this
but
is the same thing with the sharpshooter, right?
yeah,
Like, I mean, I just this could have been level 0 and probably been just fine because I think it's not. I think it's okay.
yes, I agree that it could have been level 0 and been just fine. Does the level 4 version help?
It
It's
just ma-
still 2 cost, still commits for only a strength and agility, still limit 1 per investigator. Also, this doesn't exhaust, so like there's no reason to have a second one out anyway.
yeah.
Um, While there's only one enemy engaged with you, you can replace your agility in place of your strength when taking fight actions on melee assets. Great. Treating all modifiers to your strength on that asset as if they modified your agility. Great. When you choose to do so, you get +2 agility and ignore the retaliate keyword.
Okay.
For for being a 4 XP card and for being 3 XP up on the other one, not worth it.
I honestly would have just not done the last sentence and just made it permanent.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Like
Like,
the
I'm just
+2
saying, like,
agility is nice.
yeah, but like, you still have to do the song and dance to like get it all set up,
Yeah.
and it's what makes sharpshooter not like okay.
Sharpshooter is I have never seen anyone play sharpshooter and like it.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's okay, right? Like it does a thing, it's fine at doing that thing. It's just really inefficient at doing that thing. And if I'm gonna be honest with you, you could have made this level 4 exceptional, and rogues would still take it if this is what of the effect they wanted.
Yeah, I just for 3 more XP on a card that we already said could have been level 0, it's not giving me very much.
No, it doesn't. Like it just doesn't do enough.
Yep.
And it doesn't improve on the card's worst part, which is that
Yep.
you have to find the card.
Yeah, you have to find the card and you have to find a melee item
Right.
before it does anything.
And then you still only
And
works while you're only engaged with one enemy.
and hold up. Hold up. Hold the phone.
Currently on hold.
Rogues aren't really known for their melee items.
They have a bunch of them though.
Do they? They have Switchblade, Knuckle Duster, and Polished Cane. That's it. Like, Guardians have a bunch of melee, but if you want any good melee weapons from Guardian to pair with this, why would you, like, I don't know, like, let's just say that you are a main class rogue who has some off class Guardian splash or some off class Survivor splash. What is this card doing you? Because you have to find it, you have to find whatever melee weapon you decided that you wanted to have, and so that now you have a subpar melee weapon because you can't level it up that you are now using with your agility, assuming that you found the thing, and it's so high level that why would you ever play this? You wouldn't play this. You can't splash this for anybody who can take the good melee weapons.
Like I said,
Okay, hold up. To be fair, there could be a melee weapon in this set. Haven't
I,
gotten that far.
there very well could be. There probably is. My whole point is, though, is that even if that was still the case, I would have, I personally would have made this either a level 3 or a level 4 exceptional card and made it permanent.
Nick,
There's no melee weapon, is there?
rogues don't have a melee weapon in class
For this set,
for this set. There could be one in neutral, but in rogue, there's nothing.
well, now you can
I
use
don't
your
understand.
knife. Now you can use your knife with your agility.
I mean, Switchblade with agility isn't bad.
I, I
To
don't
be
disagree with it. I don't
to be
disagree.
fair,
But my whole problem with the card isn't on like isn't on the possibilities of it. It's that it is too inefficient to use it.
agreed. And so I nominate I nominate you to lead us into the next card.
Sure. Our next card is Entourage, a 3-cost asset, connection traded, commits for a will, and you get an additional ally slot, which can only hold non-unique allies. Forced, at the beginning of each round, if there is a card in the ally slot granted by Entourage, pay 1 resource. If you cannot, discard that card.
I see what this card's doing.
I mean, yeah, I get it.
Like, there are a decent number of allies in Rogue, for example, that are non-unique, and they cost upkeep because they're so cheap to throw out. And this card is maybe okay in Leo.
This card is for off-class rogues or people that get decent, like, non-unique allies in their off-class.
It's not a bad Miskatonic Army build card.
Yeah, and like it lets Trish then also like play around in that space.
It's not terrible in Kane.
Sure.
I don't love it though.
I
If
think
I'm
you could
being,
have I think you could have had it be cheap.
I would have rather this been cheaper because you have to pay for the ally.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Eh,
But on the upside, there is a level 2 card.
it's cheaper.
Sure. And it gets you 2 ally slots.
Yeah.
And then forced at the beginning of each round, you may either so at the beginning of each round, because the other one's at the end.
Nope.
The,
Both are the beginning.
they're both the beginning. Okay. So at the beginning of each round, you may either pay 1 resource for each ally in a slot granted by Entourage, or discard an illicit card from your hand. If you cannot, discard each card in an ally slot granted by Entourage.
So a single illicit card saves both slots, is my read.
Oh yes, yeah, because the thing is either pay one resource for each ally card in the slot, or discard an illicit card.
Yep. I
That's
mean, I like. Let's go ahead.
reasonable.
Yeah, I like this one more.
I mean, sure.
There's
I just
more.
don't think that the builds that we're looking for that like enjoy something like this get anything out of it. This also just gets you two ally slots,
Yeah,
unconditional ally slots,
yeah,
but you still have to find and play it.
yeah.
Hmm.
I don't like Kane. Kane can use this in an interesting way. Assuming he can keep paying for it, and
It's,
like
I
it's
guess
still
the thing is,
splashable.
and it's also not unique.
It is also not unique
Okay,
or limit one.
okay. I'm more okay with this one. It's still really weird, but the fact that it removes a lot of the headache pieces, like the non-unique and various other things, it's at least interesting.
It's at least interesting. The
I could
problem,
have I could make a Preston deck that looks like a Charlie Kane deck.
yeah, you could.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but it's there. The shape is there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the problem I have with this is kind of the same problem I have with Duelist, where it's the type of thing that I want from turn one, if
Yeah,
that's the type of thing that I want.
yeah.
Like,
The thing is that like rogues do have good like level 3 allies,
yeah,
and like getting them, spending your XP in that and this, just getting those allies out isn't like the craziest thing ever. And then just
so
having card draw.
sure. So comparison point for you.
Mm-hmm.
Miskatonic Archaeology Funding, I think is the name of the card.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 4 XP permanent that is Seeker, obviously, that gives you 2 additional ally slots. And I remember people at the time being like, oh, it's interesting because it's a class specific variant of charisma.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I kind of just wish that Entourage was just 4 XP as a class specific variant of charisma for Rogue, or even 2 XP.
Oh, yeah, because Mr. Tonic University funding is a permanent, isn't it?
It is. But
Yeah.
like, if this was 4 XP, you get 2 additional ally slots for 4 XP, but they either cost you some resources or some illicit cards from hand, as like the balance of you of how that works. Yeah, great. But as is, it's like most decks that I would want this in, because I have so many allies that I want to play this in, I'd rather just play Charisma.
Yeah, but I feel like in this deck you're gonna be grabbing a charisma anyway.
Probably. Like, the only 2 investigators that I'm looking at this and going, yes, I could see myself using this, are my Death March Leo deck, because I just want slots to throw things in, because I don't care if they live or not,
Hmm.
and Charlie Kane, because every additional slot that I have is just stupid. Again,
Right.
see stupid here as ridiculous.
Yeah. So the way I see it is that the level 2 is at least more interesting because it's way more free. The level 0
Eh.
could have a place in more off class, like depending on what your off class is in Rogue, or if you get access to Rogue level 0, and you can maybe do something with it. But
Yep.
otherwise, I think it's just fine.
Well, if you want an ally to put into your entourage, The next card is Madam. Is it Bilky?
Yeah,
Because
I
of like
did.
the
I
French
was.
pronunciation?
Yeah, it could be Bill Key. I was calling her Bilkis, but
Bilkis.
Bill Key is probably closer.
She likes snakes.
Yeah, she's a purveyor of pleasures.
She has like some snake jewelry on her head, and then she also has just an albino boa constrictor with a very nice gold collar.
Yeah.
But for cost, 2 XP ally asset commits for 2 will. Interesting. We have another 2 will card in Rogue. Ally Entrepreneur Syndicates traded. You get +1 will. Bonus will in Rogue. Excuse me. After you succeed at a skill test by 3 or more, you can exhaust her and choose one. A. Spend 1 resource. Choose a card committed to that test and shuffle it back into your deck. Why is the text formatted like that? Okay. Sorry. So option A, again, because I got distracted by the formatting. Spend a resource. So I got distracted by the formatting. I'm just going to start over. Reaction. After you succeed a skill test by 3 or more, you can exhaust her and A. Spend 1 resource, choose a card committed to the test, and shuffle it back to your deck. So she supports skill card play in Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
B. Spend 1 resource to get +2 to your next test in a pseudo momentum type of manner, which is neat.
Mm-hmm.
Option C. Spend 3 resources. You may immediately take an action as if it were your turn. This action does not count towards the number of action you can take each turn, limit once per round. Whew. She soaks for 1 and 1, takes up the ally slot, and her flavor text is what I offer is treasure far better than silver or gold.
Now, speaking as someone who played with Madame Bookie, it's pretty good.
Yeah, you can do some shenanigans with her as long as you can keep paying her.
Yeah, she was pretty good in Vespers. Um, because my deck kind of morphed into kind of a skill deck, so being able to in main Survivor, not Survivor, in main Rogue, to just shuffle my skill cards back into my deck
Yeah.
got to be very useful.
It's interesting that it's 3 or more, so she is expensive. Like she's expensive. She's 4 to play, but like 3 or more. What I mean to say is expensive is it is difficult to consistently trigger the 3 or more.
Yes, you have to be playing into it.
Yeah, and she
But
only
I will
she
tell you this: not too difficult to make it all work. You just use out the door level 1. I'm gonna tell you right
sure
now, that card just works.
sure, and then she exhausts, so you only ever get to choose one thing from her every round.
Mhm. But now, Chad, what if I were to offer you a level 5 version?
I'm listening.
So instead of committing for 2 will, she has a will and 2 wilds, unheard of in Rogue. She soaks for 2 and 2. You get +1 will and +1 foot. And then reaction after you succeed at a skill test by 2 or more. You exhaust her and choose one. Spend a resource, choose a card committed to that test, and shuffle back in your deck, and then draw a card. You spend a resource, get +3 to your next test, and then draw a card. Or you spend 2 resources, and you may immediately take an action as if it were your turn, and then draw a card. That's also limit once per round, just like before.
And she soaks for 2 and 2. That is a very solid upgrade.
She was
Every
she was
aspect of
so
her
good.
got better except for her cost, which stayed the same.
She was so good. The level 5 version was so good in my I can't remember her name now. Oh no.
Um, the
It's-
the pianist,
Yeah, what's her name? Okay.
Isabella Lafrita.
Isabella. Yes. Yes.
I believe that's
Yes.
the name.
La Frata, I believe.
Lafrata.
Yes. Yes. She ended up like the fact that I ended up morphing her into more of a skill deck. So it just it was just so good when I was able when I got her down. I got static boosts. and then it just let me shuffle those cards back in and then draw a card. I never
Yep,
used it for anything else. Like, I could have used her to gain an action, Chad. I had more actions on the table that I could have been getting every single round.
you didn't need any more actions.
It hurt me, Chad, to take more actions. It physically hurt me.
Um, yeah, she seems pretty good. I think she's worth her cost, both at level 2 and at level 5.
Yes, I completely agree. Like, if you are looking at it, I'm just gonna tell you right now, entirely worth it. And it's a good
Yeah,
ally at not level 3.
yeah, it's a splashable ally.
Yeah, say it isn't so.
It isn't so,
But it is so. We just read it.
but I just doing what you asked. Um, okay, next is the Model 10 Remington, 4 cost, 3 XP, double hand item, weapon, firearm, illicit. Commits for a strength and a wild. Uses 2 ammo. Okay. Action. Spend 1 ammo. Fight. You get +3 fight for this attack and deal +1 damage. If this attack succeeds, you may spend an additional ammo to deal an extra damage.
Okay.
Alright. Fast. If there is 1 or fewer ammo on Model 10 Remington, you can spend 2 resources to put an ammo on Model 10 Remington, limit once per round.
Okay.
So it's expensive
But it's
to,
really consistent.
yeah. I mean, it is just spend an ammo to get +3 fight and +1 damage. It's not bad.
It's not terrible.
It's expensive though to keep restocking it.
Yeah, and you can big burst it for 3 damage for a single action.
I I think this is overcosted, but I'm having difficulty like putting my finger on how.
Is it XP wise you think it's overcosted?
So like similar weapons like this that have like 2 or fewer ammo don't cost 4. But this could restock itself. But the restock is so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So like part of me is just like I kind of wish this was 2 XP, or sorry, not 2 XP. I mean part of me wishes this was 2 XP instead, but like if this was 2 cost, throw it down, 2 cost, get 2 ammo out of it, like kill whatever I need to, and then it's expensive for me to keep using it. Like it would be good at that point, and then I would be having a lack of return of investment because of how expensive it is to restock. But I am effectively just paying for those 2 bullets on my initial go, which means my initial investment isn't a deal, you know?
Yeah, I hear
So
that.
like it just feels a little like it's good at what it does. It's just the initial investment and the ongoing investment is expensive.
Yeah, if I wonder if it costed 1 resource to put 1 ammo on it every round.
I would feel way better about it. It would still be a drip, but it would be less painful.
Yeah, but
Because like,
you are also in Rogue.
let me put it this way: the 3 investigators sorry, the 4 investigators that I'm looking at for this card,
Mm-hmm.
Michael McGlenn
Yep.
wouldn't play it in Michael McGlenn
No.
because it's too expensive. He's making it cheaper. Every bullet I spend is $1 that I make, but I find my Michael McGlenn decks to do a lot better with just a bunch of smaller guns. Like, yeah, have your like big explosive gun, but also have some smaller guns. And if I'm looking for a big explosive gun, this is not what I'm looking at. So
Okay.
I'm not looking at this personally in McGlenn. Okay. Let's take a look at the next most obvious rogue for this, which is Tony Morgan. Tony Morgan might want this because he's making enough bank off of his bounties to maybe want this. Um, but I don't know because he doesn't. It's taking up both of his hand slots, so he's kind of losing the ability to have like a consistent weapon. So I'm like a little shaky on Tony.
Tony's probably not playing this because you want to be able to always have one of your pistols available as Tony
Yep.
normally. So
Or
like you,
Switchblade.
oh, the switchblade is easy.
Yeah. Okay. So then we get down to Jenny. Jenny, this gets her to 6 to attack, and she gets the extra money to restock it. I guess Jenny doesn't hate this, but I'm usually doing other things with my hand slots in Jenny that the double hand slot cost here is a little much.
Yeah.
And then we get to Skids. Skids, with his Guardian access, could actually do something interesting with this that would make it, in my opinion, like worth its cost because of the way that he can cheat on extra ammo or get extra ammo at a cheaper cost than everybody else. But I still don't love it.
I don't disagree with you. Personally, I just think it should have started with more ammo.
Started with more ammo or have a 1-to-1 ammo, because I think the fact that you're limited to once per round is a big enough restriction.
Yeah, like, or even if it just lets you like restock it, like paying ammo back to restock it once per round. Like you had to exhaust it and you can like pay up to 2 to put that much ammo on it. Like at the
Maybe.
start of the round or something. Like you had yeah, like a specific timing window where you had to do it, and if you didn't do it, it's not reloaded.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if it was action,
Yeah,
like,
you just do like what you do with the Luger.
yeah, if it was an action to reload 2 at once, I'm like, but for like a reasonable cost, yeah, sure. Because rogues have action economy, and so like that actually plays into the rogue style. I don't know. I don't love this. It's not bad. I just don't love it.
No, I hear you. I hear you. I think it's fine.
Well, do you want to talk about another card that you got a lot of use out of?
My darling. Yes. So our next card is the Tear of Ezreal Freda, a 2-cost level 5 accessory card, item, relic, and charm traded. Exceptional. Uses 2 charges. Reaction: at the beginning of your turn, replenish 1 charge on the Tear of Ezreal Freda. Action: spend 1 charge and choose 1. Gain 3 resources. Draw 2 cards or deal 2 damage to an enemy at your location.
I mean, it's just good economy.
It's just good everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't exhaust when you use it.
It gets you damage cards or resources, and it replenishes 1 charge every turn, and it can have a maximum of 2 charges.
Yep. And if you have at all any any mystic access or anything else, you can just keep putting charges on it.
Yep.
And it's just a good way of using charges.
Yep. I think this is like there's enough interplay with it. Like it's a 10 XP because it's exceptional card that is just getting you a really efficient action. At
Yes.
minimum, it's getting you like a really efficient action like once a turn.
Yeah, and it was just so good in Isabel particularly because I needed to sequence actions weirdly for it. So like just having a component action available to me
Yep.
was just so good.
Yeah.
And
And
that
for that,
this component action was either get 3 resources, draw 2 cards, or deal 2 damage to an enemy. All of which
yep.
were always relevant.
Yeah. It's I mean, to be totally fair, like I agree that I think this card's pretty great, and I think this card's interesting. It's not breaking the game. It's not
No,
warping the game.
no, and that's what makes it so good. I think like it's pretty much perfect. It's like it's
Yeah, it does provoke attacks of opportunity for whatever that's worth.
yeah, it's not a parlay, so it's you take your risk if you're like stuck with enemies.
But yeah, it's pretty good.
It's just a good card.
It's a 5 XP exceptional card. Exceptional card. It should be.
Yeah, and for the most part, the rogue exceptional cards do tend to hit home.
Yeah. All right. Next up is Wiretap, a 3-cost level 0 asset. It's item, tool, and illicit traded. Commits 4 an intellect. Uses 4 supplies. As an action, spend 1 supply and X resources to discover a clue at a connecting location. If an enemy is at that location, X is only half that location's shroud. Otherwise, X is that location's shroud.
I do kind of wish that this had secrets instead of supplies.
I kind of wish that as well. It would synergize really nicely with the rogue in the box.
Yeah, and it just kind of fits that the informant's like putting wiretaps.
Yeah.
Like it just, I get why it has supplies. I don't really fault that. It's just, it feels like a miss considering the investigator.
You played this in that deck. You
I
seem to
did.
like it.
I did. I think I ended up eventually upgrading out of them just because, quite frankly, enemies
It's
didn't either.
expensive.
Well, there is that. Um, enemies also just kind of didn't last long enough, or I didn't care, or the clues weren't there. Um,
Sure.
like I remember really liking it level 0 and just having it around was nice. Once again, it was just nice to have a component action that I could just like continue my little dance at like having a sequence out of like making sure I could do something else.
Yep.
Um, so it was never, and it's a good card. The effect is good. It only ever gets clues at a connecting location though,
Yeah. So positioning matters.
or positioning matters. Um, honestly, this is really good in Trish, like original Trish.
Yes.
Um, and that's where I think this card really shines is original Trish. Um, because that's gonna be 2 clues. This doesn't exhaust as well.
Yeah. As long as you got the money for it.
Yeah. So like that's to me where this card is really strong, especially if you can put more supplies on it to just like keep restocking it.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a
The
solid card.
yeah. The upgraded version for 1 XP, you get an agility icon. The cost is always half of the location's shroud. And if there is a not elite enemy at that location, you automatically exhaust it.
Huzzah!
I think that's too good for 1 XP.
A little bit.
I think this would have been better at 2 XP, but given the fact that it's still costing you some money and it has to be at a connecting location, so it's a little wonky to use. Like, I'm okay with it at 1 XP. It's still 3 cost to put down.
It's and it's still, an action, right? Like if this was an event, eh, I I don't know. It's maybe a little much at 1 XP, but it's also kind of just fine at 1 XP. Once again, really good in Trish.
Yeah.
Um, still useful for other people. It's also good for like low book rogues, which I know aren't exactly plentiful, because
That's nice.
it's their second
Like,
skill, but it's nice.
Kaimani can use this well.
Yeah, just anyone with 2 book in rogue. It's
Hell,
like
Michael can use this.
yeah, it's just a card. It's just like a good easy card for any rogue or anyone with low level rogue. They can be like, oh hey, I can use this to get clues. It's going to cost me money,
Oh no.
but like hey, like it's a way for me to help get clues. It doesn't exhaust, so as long as I have money, I can just kind of burn actions and get testless clues. There's
Sure.
worse ways to spend your money.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we go on a journey, Chad. Or at least I am. Nothing? Nothing?
Oh, I was gonna wait for you to say bon voyage. I'm just going bye bye.
Oh. I was gonna let you say bon voyage.
Okay,
Because
sorry.
because
Bon
I'm leaving.
voyage.
Thank you. Thank you. I was the one leaving.
Okay, sorry.
Well-oiled machine we are.
Yep, this is an art
Bon
podcast.
Voyage. Bon Voyage is a 3-cost rogue event that is trick and fortune traded.
Rex can't take it.
Rita can.
Rita can.
Fast. Play when you would take a resign action. Distribute your remaining resources between all remaining investigators. Max 5 per remaining investigator. You may begin the scenario with an additional card in your opening hand.
Next scenario.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about this card.
I just think it could have probably cost 0.
Like, this is kind of like Magnum Opus, where it's just like, I've got this card. It's better than Magnum Opus. I want to be clear about that.
Yeah.
But like, I've got this card that doesn't really do anything, except in an extremely specific situation. Now, there are cards that I will play that do absolutely nothing until an exceedingly specific situation. See, I'm out of here, which is totally worth bringing in certain scenarios.
This does combo with I'm out of here.
And it does combo with I'm out of here, but for being it's too expensive, I think, for what it does to then redistribute whatever money you have left. I do appreciate that it's max 5 per remaining investigator. I do appreciate that.
Yeah. I just don't think it matters, quite frankly. Like, like the thing you're doing is you're doing this to begin the next scenario with an additional card in your hand.
Yeah,
Whenever
that's
you
why you're
could
doing
take a
this.
resign action. And like that's the plan. It's like
And not all scenarios have resigns.
and not all resigns are made equal. Like sometimes you aren't that's just there for you to try and get out without being defeated. But like that's not how you progress. So
Yeah,
like
because sorry.
I was just saying so it's very campaign specific when you'd want this. And I just don't think it's good enough to care.
So an advantage that I'm out of here has is that even in scenarios that you're not resigning, it's worth 2 worth 2 agility.
That's fair.
This card is worth 1 wild, which isn't nothing, but isn't like earning its place in my deck.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, like embezzle treasure is nice. Like
It's at least
it's
something. Like
it gives you a side quest and it always works.
yeah, right? And like you can have multiple of those down and like you can like use that to bank a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Like that's at least like that's like economy support. Like that's a fun thing to do that in a big money deck to like supercharge like the economy of like your of the team at the beginning of scenarios. And then you just keep that engine rolling throughout the campaign. This doesn't do that. This is just like you distribute your remaining resource between all investigators. Like, okay, like if I'm resigning, that means they're going to be trying to resign too, most likely.
Yep.
And like, they are just going to be going to do that. Like, as long as they can live and get to the resign action and take it, they are going to do that. The resources aren't helping them that much.
Not really.
So like, I just don't get uh, the effect.
I don't get the
Getting to start the next scenario with an additional card in your hand is nice, but like for the effect, like I just don't think it's enough.
well. What if I played you some chin music? So, chin music. I want to note my one major criticism about this card is the art. The
What,
hands are too big.
you don't like the big hands?
The hands are way too big.
I love it.
And there's an argument that one of the biggest hand on the page is in the foreground, so it should be bigger. Yeah, that's fine. The hands all around are just too big.
I love it. It's just so surreal. It looks like a drunken bar brawl. I love it. It's like
Like the guy's fist is as big as his head.
I love it. I don't care. Right in the kisser.
Okay, so chin music is level 0, zero cost to play. Event commits for 2 strength. So there's some extra fists, on the side of the card. Chin music, tactic and trick traded.
You got there.
Insert comment about Mark and Rita here.
That's actually pretty
Fight.
good.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good in Mark. Fight. This attack ignores the aloof keyword. Love it. If you succeed, gain 1 resource for each point you succeeded by to a maximum of 5 resources. Love it.
Fun card.
Yeah, no issues.
I'm currently playing it in my Tony Morgan deck in our Matter of Britain campaign. And man, I put it in here because I thought it was just kind of neat. And I kind of just liked the fact that it could get me some money. Not even thinking about the aloof keyword. And man, that annoying the aloof keyword has come up so much.
Because you're just like, I just want to deal with this fairy.
I love punching fairies. They have low combat value, they're aloof, and man, it just makes me like $4 every time I kill one.
Because like in the pantheon of, this is kind of like grift, but for fight. Like, yeah, I like this, and the fact that it ignores the aloof is nice, but it only does 1 damage. You have to finagle it to get more damage out of it.
And I'm like, I'm not playing it for more than 1 damage. I'm honestly playing it for an economy card because I've got double in the deck, so I can just do it twice. That's why I grabbed it.
Yep.
But
now, Nick.
Yeah.
What if I told you there's a level 2 version?
Oh, well, you gotta then say what it does.
Chin music, level 2. It is still 0 cost, still commits for 2 strength. It is tactic and trick traded. Rita can still take it. Mark cannot. Fight. This attack ignores the aloof, retaliate, and elusive keywords. That's just so nice.
Oh, but keep reading.
If you succeed, gain a resource for each point you succeeded by to a maximum of 5, which is the same as before. If you succeeded by 2 or more, this attack deals +1 damage.
They were asking for it.
They really were. Why is 5 written out as a word when it should be a number?
Technically, correct grammar is that you write out anything below 10.
I know, and I agree with you, but that's not how the game.
I know.
Grammar.
I understand.
Okay.
But it's also a reminder text, and so that's just it's what it is. Like, it would save them a little space if they did 5 as the number instead.
For the level 0 version to a maximum of 5 resources.
Oh, they did that. Huh. Weird.
Yep.
I wonder
regardless,
if it's something, if they forgot to close something on an Expo Fates or something to make the symbol, and it just wrote it out or something like that.
Regardless, for 2 XP, this is a worthy upgrade.
Yeah, it's on one of my it's on my list of upgrades to do for the 20.
I don't know what else there is to say about this. It's a
solid card, man.
Yeah, I have my Barroom Brawl Leo deck that uses boxing gloves. This fits perfectly in that.
Goes right in it. It's just, man, it's just a fun card.
Yeah, without being overpower. Like it's an economy fight, and that's just an interesting thing for Rogue to
Yeah,
have.
and then on top of that, it ignores aloof and then retaliate and elusive.
Yep,
Uh, and then the upgrade lets it do extra damage.
yep. If you
Nice.
succeed by enough, which is very Rogue.
Yeah, I like it.
But it's also level 2, which means it's splashable.
Yeah, that's what makes it so good.
Ah, good card.
Okay, our next one is Grand Entrance. Event trick traded, fast. Play when you would move to into an unrevealed location, but before it's revealed. Reveal that location and test Agility X, where X is the shroud of the location you have just revealed. If you succeed, you gain X resources and you may exhaust a non-elite enemy at this location.
Okay. That's neat. It's economy based off movement.
I'm not that much of a fan of it because it only
It's
works on the first time.
yeah, when you would move to an unrevealed location.
And like it's going to depend on how well you're set up by that point to see how well you can actually succeed. And
Yep.
you're going to want to like have it be like a 3 or 4 in order to like make the value worth it.
Yeah, Rita likes it.
Yeah, it's just that it's a card that like literally has no value to the middle to from the middle to the end of a scenario, pretty much. Like for a number of campaigns, like
Yeah,
roughly,
assuming that your map doesn't change like halfway through.
yeah, or like you don't have like big maps like Edge of the Earth. Like
It's the
depending
same problem
on
I
yeah, go on.
Go ahead.
No, that's it. I was just gonna say that's just my problem with it.
It's the same problem I have with Mouse Mask.
Yeah,
There's just a point in a lot of scenarios where you're not putting new locations into play or you're not revealing new locations. So like Mouse Mask doesn't really charge up or charge back up.
yeah,
And so
and like
like yeah, you want this early on or you don't want this at all.
yeah, and like there's a number of campaigns where that's not always the case, and scenarios that aren't always like that. But like I don't know, it's a card that feels so unreliable. It's level 0, but like I almost just wish that it uh got you the X resources and you still had to do the foot test to and you if you did that you could evade an enemy. Like
Yeah, evading the enemy is very situational though. I do think that this is better in Trisha's my go-to rogue for examples recently. Like in a solo or two-player Trish deck, if you find this early enough, and like early enough being like the first half of the
actually
mission, it's not bad.
actually you know who it actually isn't terrible with?
Who?
The new rogue. The the mono rogue. Can't remember his name right.
Oh,
Andre Patel.
Andre Patel?
Yeah.
Because he
Uh
wants to succeed by so much.
yeah, and so he can effectively fast in to reveal a location, makes this test. If he succeeds by 2, he also gets an action out of it. So he's effectively generated 2 actions, some money, and all
Well,
that.
you
So
have to spend an action to move or otherwise be moved by an effect to then play Grand Entrance. Grand Entrance does not move you itself.
I understand, but if you have Olivier,
Sure,
or
absolutely.
yeah, or anything else that would move you fast,
Yep, that's fair. No,
like that's
for
how I would think about it. It's like that's not terrible. Like if you have other effects like that, it is a test. So
yeah,
he does have 5 foot, right, to start at his base.
yeah, for level 0 rogue econ based off of movement, it's a little weird, but I like it. Like it's not
Yeah,
amazing, but I like it.
yeah, it's gonna be a play style kind of thing.
Yeah, it has a place.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is Shakedown, also level 0, trick and illicit traded. Insert comment here about Rita and Preston.
And Finn.
It Yeah, that's fair. Finn could already take
I
it.
know.
But you're right. Insert comment here about Finn. It commits for a strength and a wild. Fast, play when an enemy at your location is defeated. Doesn't have to be by you, just if it's defeated. You gain X resources, where X is equal to that enemy's evade value. If you owe the bank $100, that's your problem. If you owe the bank $100 million, that's their problem. So this is like Bounty, but you don't have to kill it, and it's based off of the evade value.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, right? Like it's just gonna be better for some enemies rather than others.
Yep,
Bounty is
just like
based on their
Bounty.
health, right?
Bounty's based off of their health.
So you're more likely to be getting this to be like 3 or 4. There's a
Yeah,
lot of enemies that just have static 3s on their evades.
yep.
So
You just
this
need to
is
find an opportune enemy.
and like you
But
said,
like,
you don't have to kill it.
yeah, it's fast money, which is like, it's just, I can't say that's bad. And if you really don't want the money, it still commits for a strength and a wild, which isn't bad either.
Yeah,
I like
it's pretty
this.
good for combat rogues.
Yeah, good for combat rogues, or if you're going to be following somebody around, or somebody's following you around, that'll be doing a lot of murdering.
Yeah, also good.
All right. Last event.
Stack the deck. It's an X cost level 3 card. Trick, Gambit, and Fortune traded.
Insert comment about Rita here.
And
I mean, Rex couldn't have taken it anyway. It's level 3.
okay. Uh Which way book, a foot, and a wild. Fast. Play when you would fail at a skill test. X is the amount that you would have failed by. This test succeeds by 0 instead, and then remove stack the deck from the game.
The score never interested you. Only the game. I like this.
It's a little not quite rogue flavor for their insurance.
What do you mean?
Normally, their insurance comes in the form of redraws.
Sure.
Uh, or they just or they just auto succeed, and it's like they don't worry about making the test in the first place. Like it's not like when you would fail. Like,
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
yeah, it's not like it's just a little outside of that, but that's fine. That's not really a criticism. It was more just a statement. It's a fine card. It's
Yeah.
it's just as good as any of those like cards. This could effectively just be a lucky that you pay 2 for to succeed.
Yep.
Like
It
if
could
you need,
also get you over an elder or an auto fail, assuming you got the money.
I guess it can, can't it? No,
I'd
you're
have to
set.
double,
Oh no. Yeah, because you can just
because you failed the check.
you're
It's
set to
set.
0.
It's set to 0. So
Yeah,
let's say
because
it
you
was
got
a 4 difficulty check.
yeah. So you just had to pay 4. And no wonder it removes
It
itself from the game.
Yeah. It removes itself from the game with good reason, but if you're willing to pay it, well, let me double check auto fail real quick,
I
because there
feel
might
like
be a line that
I
auto
feel like
fail
the
can't.
autofail. Yeah, I feel like somewhere along the line the autofail says that it always fails. It just sets you to 0.
Because
Or
you fail at a 0 test anyway. But the thing is, X is the amount that you would have, because you can only play it when you fail a test. Automatic failure / success. No, I'm looking for. This is the autofail token. This token is revealed indicates that the investigator automatically fails the test. So let's take a look at automatic failure. If the test automatically fails, the investigator's total skill value for that test is considered 0. Yep.
Yeah, but I feel like you are just considered to automatic failure, right? So like you just fail, and for the point all points and purposes, you had a 0.
For all numerical purposes, you have a 0. Okay, so maybe this doesn't get you around auto fail, but it's
Like,
still good.
yeah, I feel like the intent wasn't to get around auto fails,
Yeah.
so it's good. It does what it does. Um, if you want to have a couple of insurance pieces in Rogue, here it is. Um,
Yep.
I tend to be way more risky than that, and I just kind of throw more things at it to succeed. So
Sure.
I don't normally like to play insurance things, but this lets you run a little leaner and use
Yep.
your money to win. So there you go.
All right. First skill card of the rogue set, Beginner's Luck. It is Gambit and Fortune traded, so Rex can't take it.
There you go.
It's level 0, which is why that comment is relevant.
Yeah.
It does not have any icons. It is a skill card without icons. You may commit this to any test. For each card remaining in the Act deck, this card gains 1 wild to a maximum of 4. It's not really gambling if you never lose.
I wish this card had a wild to start with,
I wish this card had a wild to start with as well.
because otherwise I don't think it's that good.
It's a little lacking, in my opinion. It's not like it's not terrible. It's playable, but it's a little lacking, I would
It's
say.
not really playable. Um, so hear me out on this. You want your skill,
Sure.
like your skill cards are most beneficial when you need to burst over, right?
Yep.
So, but like, I'm gonna be honest with you, unless you are like making big tests and throwing haymakers at skill tests in the first act, like, uh, like, how many acts are normally do you think are normally in a scenario?
I would say on average 3. Sometimes only 1.
So what?
Sometimes there's 5.
Yeah. So on average, this card in the first act is going to be worth 3 wild icons.
Yep.
So this card is what? Just Mythos protection in the early game? Is that's what it's most beneficial for?
Yep, or if you get caught off guard and you haven't gotten set up yet, this helps you.
Helps
But then
me what? It helps me to evade in green?
it helps you with whatever you need.
Yeah, but like my point is, I guess in the end, I kind of would want a card like this to, in its worst case, be an unexpected courage. Because I
Yeah.
could just play unexpected courage and always have 2, and it will
Yeah,
do pretty much the same thing.
yeah, and in its worst case, like assuming that there's an average of 3, which is not always the case, there are quite a number of scenarios that only have 1 act. Assuming that you commit this in, yeah, if it had 1 wild, it would be always at minimum an unexpected courage.
And that's just what I think is the problem with it. Like, I think it's a fine idea for a card, but I think it's lacking in the fact that it should probably have a base wild icon.
Technicality that I'm not sure about. So, note technicality I'm not sure about. There are some times in which the act and agenda decks are replaced by a single card that is both the act and agenda. I don't know if technically that goes in the act deck or not.
Ah.
I would count it like Spirit of the Law counted as an act.
Yeah, I would
for the
count.
purposes of this. But I don't know if technically it does.
Yeah. Just like that's just how I personally would feel, is that way, like, you could have this card that like could be, if you have like a lot of acts at the beginning of a scenario, be worth, +5. but then slowly gets worse as you go.
Sure. Well, Nick, you drive a hard bargain.
Hard bargain is a level 1 skill, commits for a wild. When you commit this card to a test, you may spend up to 3 resources. If this test succeeds, for each resource spent, you may add 1 ammo, evidence, or supply to an asset under your control.
Something that you glossed over was that it is gambit and illicit traded, which means Preston cannot take it.
That's
That
fine.
is important to note.
That's fine for the most part.
Uh, I like this, but why doesn't it help you with secrets?
Yeah, it's just a miss. Just like how the wiretap uses supplies and not secrets. It's just an
Yeah,
unfortunate miss.
I like this. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong. Like it's doing the watch this, but instead of getting money, you're wagering 3 resources that you're hoping to turn into uses, and I like that. But like this card gets a thumbs up from me in all ways other than it doesn't actually support the main use that the rogue in the box cares about.
Yeah, and like the three things it does support are nice, like supplies
Oh
and
yeah.
ammo. Nice. Like just a skill card that just like can replace your ammo like as you shoot. That's crazy good.
Um I don't feel like evidence is particularly a rogue thing.
It is
There is a
not.
single rogue card.
Yeah, it's damning testimony, right?
Yep.
Is that evidence or is that secrets? Is it black
It's
profile that's
evidence.
evidence?
That
I
one
was
is evidence.
okay. Yeah, and
Um most evidence cards, as you might imagine, are actually pretty much all evidence cards are seeker.
yeah. So it's a good splash card if you either can get access to Seeker and do that. The nice thing about this is that it can power up some of those evidence cards quickly
Yep.
as well. So if
Hawkeye
you
folding
want that,
camera.
yep, that's one. That's one. Microscope as well.
Yep. Research notes.
Yeah, any of those evidence cards that like need to be charged up by that can be very useful. Um, and so this being around to do that is just kind of a like this is a really cool effect. Like I said, I the only problem I have with it is that I just don't feel like Elsie is supported in her own pool.
Yeah,
In the
there's
set,
nothing in the rogue pool that's really doing anything for her. Like, and then if you're looking at the seeker pool, which is where she's going to get um most of her interest, nothing uses secrets.
yeah, there's no secrets at all in this seeker set as well. That's really
Nothing
unfortunate,
uses secrets in this whole set. Like,
man. That's really unfortunate.
it feels like a really obvious thing.
Yeah, it's just a big miss. Um,
Yeah, like I like Elsie. I think she's neat. I like what she's doing.
I just would have liked at least one rogue card that had secrets.
Yeah, it just seems so obvious.
Yeah,
So, I'll be honest with you, out of all of the sets that we've looked at, which is everything but Guardian and Neutral,
yep.
this is the biggest mixed bag.
Man, you don't have to tell me. This is the one I looked at the most in Vespers because when I was playing Isabel, I looked through them all because I was like, "Ooh, what can I play from the Vesper set?" I'm like,
Yeah,
uh.
everything in here is like either 2 thumbs up or at least 1 thumb down.
Yeah. Like,
There's nothing even. There's nothing one thumb. It's all two up or down.
yeah, because I played Hard Bargain too in my Isabel deck. Uh, for a while when I was still running wiretaps and various other things. I think I
Yeah,
eventually stepped out of it, um, for something else. But like, it's just there's just so much here that like are interesting, but I feel like aren't quite there. I now have an idea of a entourage deck, so I will probably be drafting that in
you'll
my head
ruminate
for a
on
little
that.
while. Yeah, that there's something there that might be at least interesting. I not saying good, but interesting. Um,
Yeah, on a second look through the cards, it's like there's a couple where I'm like, yeah, it's single thumb up on, but just like I don't know, it just feels like the gulf between there's just nothing in the middle. It's either
yeah,
like thumbs up or like yeah, and it just feels bad to say that.
I just think that there just should have been a little bit of more support for Elsie in her own set.
Agreed.
That's the thing I dislike. There's neat cards here, but there's nothing that feels like, oh, hey, this is obviously meant for Elsie.
Yeah, nothing in here jumps out to me as obviously meant for her. Because even if you want to look at duelist, there's no melee weapon.
Yeah, like there's just nothing here for her.
What is this? Okay, wait, hold on. Let's see if there's any melee weapons in the sets. There are no melee weapons in the set. Well,
In Vespers, no, there's at least one.
sorry, I was searching by name, not game text. There is one celestial bowline. She can't
And the
take it,
parasol, right?
and the parasol. Okay, yeah. And then let me double check now that I'm searching correctly. Yeah, there are no cards in this set that use secrets.
Like it's just an unfortunate miss.
Yeah, the only other things that mention the only thing outside of her and her weakness that mentions secrets is the Guardian Investigator.
Mm, really unfortunate.
Yeah, it's just yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, Nick, thank you as always for joining me on discussing these cards. It was a little more strenuous, but fun.
Yeah, it was good.
If anybody wants to get in contact with me about anything that we've said, feel free to reach out to me at therestrictedcollection@gmail.com. Otherwise, you can always find me around Reddit and Discord as Head Librarian Chad. Thanks for listening.